Today is Thursday, July 2nd, 2026, and this is the Contested Logistics Analytic Watch. I'm Claw 6. 30 years in the logistics trenches teaches you that a weapon system is only as lethal as the network that feeds it. Today, we break down a massive strategic pivot out of NATO, the opening of a critical high-latitude transit theater, and the hard realities of Allied substitution. Section 1. The Global Pulse. The baseline math of global coalition sustainment has fundamentally altered. A senior NATO planner confirmed that European allies have successfully backfilled almost every major capability gap created as Washington reallocates its primary fleet and escort assets directly onto the Pacific Axis under PACOM. This massive realignment turns Allied logistics networks from a passive burden-sharing checkbox into an immediate operational requirement. Concurrently, our theater setting models are expanding rapidly into the high north, transforming the Arctic from a secondary outpost into an active, contested logistics corridor. NATO's updated Arctic posture mandates immediate, heavy infrastructure investments. This focus is putting real momentum into the trilateral ICE pact between the United States, Canada, and Finland, driving the accelerated procurement of specialized polar icebreakers. The U.S. Coast Guard is moving out on this framework, executing fast-tracked market research and design modules for its upcoming Arctic security cutter fleet. If our coalition networks cannot manage multi-domain logistics governance across the frozen latitudes of the Arctic Circle, our global distribution architecture breaks at the seams. Data speed and cold weather resilience are now identical priorities. Section 2. The coalition web. Managing this massive footprint requires industrial mass and streamlined policy. Leading into the July Ankara summit, NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte announced that the alliance will unleash tens of billions of dollars in new unified defense production contracts, explicitly codifying factory output as frontline deterrence infrastructure. But the physical lines remain constrained. Senior alliance logisticians continue to warn that European military mobility is severely bottlenecked by peacetime regulatory red tape, weight-restricted bridges, and narrow rail lines. It proves that policy reform is just as vital as physical lift platforms. Section 3. Market Trends. The acquisition channels are shifting away from large, slow, traditional platforms toward attritable edge manufacturing and predictive data layers. Acquisition lanes are heavily prioritizing small business additive manufacturing and modular uncrewed surface vessels. The objective is to build a standardized, low-cost architecture capable of fabricating critical repair parts directly at distributed archipelagic port nodes. Simultaneously, commercial maritime primes are scaling machine learning-enabled diagnostic software across auxiliary supply ships. By linking real-time engine telemetry directly into Allied parts databases, the network can automate alternative distribution routes before an engineering component failure takes an unescorted vessel offline inside an enemy's weapons engagement zone. Section 4. Policy and the Tool Belt. This enterprise shift is driving direct operational changes inside our support agencies. The Defense Logistics Agency has formally issued its Campaigning to Win framework. This directive explicitly acknowledges that near-peer adversaries are designing capabilities specifically to blunt joint logistics through cyber attacks and cross-domain denial. In response, DLA is launching a series of highly integrated, continuous exercises to stress multimodal petroleum and materiel distribution networks under realistic threat profiles. This policy push is matched by an operational shakeup inside Army sustainment doctrine. The maintenance enterprise is pivoting completely away from large, centralized rear depots toward decentralized telemaintenance, edge diagnostics, and forward repair teams equipped with predictive sensors to minimize supply chain disruption on the tactical edge. Core reality check. In the legacy world, we measured logistics by what a single nation owned or moved. In the 2026 world, logistics is a governed joint enterprise dependent on allied substitution and high-latitude resilience. If your sustainment plan relies on a single secure route, unjammed cloud connections, or a single nation's lift capacity, you have a plan for a theater that no longer exists. The winner will be the commander who can seamlessly coordinate and protect logistics across a contested, multinational coalition system. At the edge, access isn't guaranteed. It must be taken. Get out of the shadows, spread the word, like and subscribe. This is Claw 6, signing off.